Hi everyone, and welcome to our first session of our Wellbeing series as part of our event schedule for Spring Festival 2021. So I'm joined today by two of our amazing student ambassadors. We have Paula and Doreen, who will be running the session for us today. So we hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A function, but the girls will go through that with you as well. So this is the first of our Wellbeing series, but there is an event for students every single day for the next 5 weeks. So you would have got some information about that via email, but there's also lots of information on our social media. So we hope you enjoy, and without further ado, I'll hand it over to the lovely Paula and Doreen.
Okay, hello everyone. How are you doing today? I guess you're doing good. Thank you for taking your time out to join us in this for this webinar. And my name is Paula, and today I'm going to be taking you through what we have planned for you today. And please do let me know if you can hear me in the chat function, because this is going to be an interactive session. So if you can hear me clearly, just please let me know in the chat function. So I'm going to take you through the webinar. So the first slide I have for you today, as I said before, my name is Paula, and today I'm having with me Doreen. Doreen, if you want to say hi.
Hello everyone.
So I study medicine. I'm a third-year medical student of Aston University, and I've been with Unite for I think going to 3 years now. So I stay in Stanford Building in Birmingham. I moved in here in 2018, and since then I've been a student ambassador, and to be honest, it's been really amazing. It's been very supportive, and it's been very insightful in terms of opening my eyes to see a lot of things. And I'll also tell you how that has contributed in what we have for you today, which is we're all talking about our well-being today. So yeah, and this past week has been very eventful, to the fact that you have everything planned out and it just goes according to plan, and that's just nice to know. So I'm also going to ask Doreen to introduce herself to you, so you get a view of what we do and what it is like to be a student ambassador. So Doreen, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Doreen. I'm currently studying business and management at Aston University. I've been living with United students for about 3 years now, but I've been a student ambassador for just 1 year, and it's been really amazing. As Paula said, we've had several events that we've done during the past week. I think we had a Harry Potter event last week, Paula, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, it was really fun. And yeah, stay tuned for what we have for you today.
Okay, to take you along, today's session, what is it about? I'm sure we would love to know. So it's about well-being, and also we'll be taking you through 5 ways of well-being, which includes connect, be active, keep learning, give, and take notice. And I want you to look through your emails, because there will be, as Jenny said in the beginning, there will be an event every single day throughout the week. And also this event would be hosted every 4 p.m. for the next 5 weeks. So please stay tuned and look at your emails as well. And it's just meant to be an hour session, so it won't take much of your time. And at the end, we'll also be sharing with you key contacts, resources, and there's a Q&A function also. So please make sure to use it in case you have any question, or you want your opinion to be heard. And also you can also send question anonymously, so meaning that you don't know you're the one who asked the question, which enables you to also do that as well. So I feel like that's very useful in terms if you don't want to be known, so that's good as well. So to start the session, I'm going to be asking everyone in this webinar, tell me, what do you think well-being is? Literally, just put in the chat function just one word you think well-being is. What do you think well-being is? I'm not seeing a chat function, so I don't know if anyone is typing, but I would love to understand what everyone thinks about well-being from now on. What do you think well-being is? Because this word well-being, what are we even talking about? It's just like well-being, but it has a lot of meaning. So also I would love to ask Doreen as well. Doreen, what if someone tells you about well-being, what do you think you would say about it?
Personally, I think well-being is more of how well you're taking care of yourself, which it can be like mentally or physically. It's just been like how well you take care of yourself.
Exactly. Thank you very much for that answer. I really do love it. The key word I'm going to take from what you just said is mentally and physically. Like, I think when everyone hear about well-being, we just feel like, oh, if you're happy, then you're okay. But to be honest, that's not what I understand about well-being. Everyone understands well-being differently, but the key thing I want you to understand here is both your physical and mental health. They both go hand in hand. So well-being is not just about being happy. If you can be happy physically, but you cannot be, sometimes you're not happy mentally. So if you're all around being happy, you're comfortable and you have that healthy state of mind, which I'll take as being happy, which in terms mean that you have a more favorable well-being. So it just includes like how satisfied you are with people, how happy you are mentally, do you get like a sense of purpose, and then how controlled you actually feel. Some people like are happy, but in terms of their physical health or their mental health, they are not happy as well. So this is why this presentation is here for us today, is to take you through the 5 ways of well-being to see how that will be helpful in terms of our well-being, and just to see if there are things that you can employ to help yourself as well. So all around both physical and mental health in terms of how you qualify yourself as being well-being, and not being unaffected by people's experiences as well. How well can you cope with different experiences, all ends up in impacting on your well-being as well. So I'm going to share with you some examples of what I came up with when I talked about well-being. So it could be from like how you manage your time, how you cope with stress of daily activities, how you have like range of emotions, how confident you are in yourself, do you have like a positive self-esteem, do you even have good relationship with others, which I feel like is very, very important, because I feel like humans are fundamental to our living. One way or the other, you're going to need someone, whether your father, your mother, your brother, your sibling, or even your friend, you're going to need someone. So that is very, very useful as well in terms of our well-being. Looking after your health as well, as I said before, I've mentioned physical and mental health is very important. Sense of belonging and inclusion. What's the word now? So do you attend meetings? Do you play games with your friends? Do you feel like you belong to people? Because sometimes you are in, for example, you're in a society and you don't feel you're in the society, but you're actually in the society. So that is also a sense of inclusion. What do you feel? How do you feel it? Do you also live and work productive as well? So these are all things that could be explained, or examples of how your well-being can be explained. So I'll also highlight why well-being is important as well, because there's a lot of things why this can help. For example, it adds years to your life. So this is not just me feeling like this is what it is. It's about research as well. It's been evidence-based that well-being can add like about 4 to 10 years of your life. So literally, if you live well and your health is okay and you feel like your general well-being is okay, this can increase your lifespan for about 4 to 10 years. It also like improves recovery from illnesses. For example, like we go through a lot of stress, but if your well-being is okay, you'll be able to tolerate and adapt to your environment and could help your stress as well. So that is very useful as well. And you can have like positive healthy behaviors with people. Do you engage with people well? Do you eat well? Do you do physical activity? So like it's just like healthy behaviors that would help our mind positively, which is very good as well. And also like if you employ others' importance in terms of why well-being is useful, you would have like broader positive outcomes. So you would have like, for example, you'll be more productive in what you do, and you will see that including this in your daily activities will help you enhance like multiple outcomes of how you usually carry your activities as well. and it can also influence your mental health. I can't like emphasize enough on how well-being is very useful for our mental health. For example, I'm sure like if you go to the GP, one of the most common like presentation people come with is low mood. That's because it's associated with lots of mental illnesses as well as, for example, depression. So taking care of your well-being can help reduce like all this mental stress that people go through as well. And I feel like most people in this webinar right now are all students from Unite, and university can be a lot of busy time for us. Like we might not have time to do anything because of university, but I want you to also understand that taking out time for your well-being could improve your performance in your academics. So this is very useful, and this is why we've taken our time today to talk about our well-being as well. So yeah, now I'm going to share with you 3 top tips in how like you can go about this as well. And now the first one I'm going to be talking about is find what already works for you and what doesn't. So what works for you? Like literally, what do you think works for you in terms of your well-being? Do you take out time to think about things that you do? Do you reflect? For example, for me, when I'm talking about my well-being, sometimes when I do a lot of things and I'm like, did that really work for me? I don't think so, and I reflect about it. So I think reflection helps me to think about what next I should do better next time and how well that works for me. So do you already have like existing habits? For example, do you like to take a walk? Do you like to go out with your friends? I know in this pandemic period is very hard, but as well, do you like to connect with people? Like, what do you think keeps you motivated? I want you to write down this point as we go along, to think about how well I can improve in my well-being. I'm just saying that I also want to ask Doreen. Doreen, what do you think works for you in terms of your well-being?
Yeah, as I said, I think going on a walk, because I find that when I get too overwhelmed, it's really bad for my work. So I take breaks, like going on walks, doing like today. It's really sunny today, so you can go for a walk outside, just get fresh air and just relax. So that works for me.
Okay, so you see, Doreen said walking helps her relax her mind. So I think that works for some people as well. So if you feel like you haven't tried walking before, for example, write it down. Maybe today I'm going to try walking. So that could work for you as well. So number 2, I'm going to point out is measure how you're doing. So like you can keep doing something, but it doesn't actually work for you. So I feel like if you write down, so take a diary, write a log, like I've done this today. Does it actually work for me? So it still boils down on reflecting, as I said before, reflection. Think about if this actually works for me. Measure your performance. Is a very effective way to like log. For example, in uni, you say attendance. So it's a very effective way to mark your attendance. So literally see if that works for you. And if it does, keep on doing it. It works for you, then that's fine. And then my last point from here is prioritize your well-being. Like, as I said previously, prioritizing your well-being is very necessary. It's going to help you in different areas of your life, both in your academics and in your way of how you connect to people and how you literally just also learn as well and be productive, and just stress, it reduces your stress impact as well. So to be honest, like no matter how busy we are, we get time to like do other things like cook or even go to the bathroom and things like that. So if you take out that 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or even 30 minutes to literally help yourself in terms of your well-being, you would see that this has a lot of things that could necessitate or help that aspect of your life, and you'll be more productive, and it will reduce your stress. So it doesn't have to be 3 hours or 2 hours. It could literally be 30 minutes every day, and just see if that makes a difference. And please don't forget to log your activities, mark your attendance, and see if that helps anything at all. So moving forward, I'm going to talk about 5 ways to well-being, which is more like the aim of this presentation. So the first one would expatiate on is connect, and then we'll move over to be active and keep learning. Also, we'll talk about give and take notice. I just want to mention that this is particular evidence-based. It has been shown that having these key points actually help people improve their well-being. So as we go along, please take note of each of them and see where you need to improve in your well-being, and just try to connect and see if that will help you improve your well-being, or rather be active, or if you keep learning. So just take note as long as we go along, and I will also be giving examples of how I've also tried to like connect or be active with people as well, and also with Doreen will also be sharing some of her experiences as well. So the first one we're going to talk about is connect. Like literally connect. I don't know how people connect to people, but I want to like ask a question, like to everyone, literally, how do you connect to people? Literally, even if it's one word or a sentence, just type in the Q&A function, how do you connect to people? I'm going to leave like a minute for someone to like type something. Okay, I'm assuming a lot of people have said how they connect to people. So I'm just going to move and ask Doreen. Doreen, how do you connect to people? Tell me, how do you connect?
Yeah, connect is such an open word because like there's so many ways you can connect to people, right? My right now is more of going for online events like this one and social media, meeting new people, learning new experiences. Yeah, social media. I feel like that's Twitter, like you meet new people on Twitter every single day. So yeah, that's how I connect with people.
Okay, that's a strong one. Social media. I think that's one of the things I'll also be highlighting today as well. So there is strong evidence.
Yeah, you have got a few comments in your Q&A. You'll be pleased to know. So let me just have a look at those. So we've got social media, being open to chat and introducing yourself to others, which is, you know, really important for university, but not always easy. Eating with flatmates, and by making calls. I think that means phone calls.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, guys, for engaging. That is really important. Like speaking with flatmates, social media, like that's very important, and we're going to expatiate on that today. And that's a very great way of connecting with people as well, because that's more like as I said before, everyone needs someone. Humans like a fundamental need to everyone, so you need that one person. And connecting with your flatmates in your accommodation, your student unit accommodation, is very useful, and I will be highlighting on that as well for people who haven't tried it, so how they can connect by that way. And also social media, which is the main point, exactly how you can also connect to people. But there are other ways to connect with people. For example, me, I use my emails as well. I use emails to connect to people. We do Zoom party as well. So there is this thing where me and my friends do, because we can't actually meet for an event now to host like a birthday party because of coronavirus and the rules. We do like a Zoom party for every individual of my friends. So if you have a birthday coming up, we literally plan it over Zoom, and we literally do the party on Zoom. It's very interesting. So that's another way of connecting with people as well. So based on evidence, it indicates that feeling close or valued by other people is a fundamental human need, and one that contributes to functioning well in the world. So students might be feeling lonely or isolated because of, as I said, lots of coronavirus, and you can't literally go outside and meet people. And thankfully now the lockdown is being eased, so hopefully things are going to get better soon, and also with the vaccine as well. So I feel like most students can be really lonely and just stay in their room and not want to like connect to people, which can bring about like frustration, anxiety, and sadness. But like, if you connect to people and if you try to connect to people, I promise you, being lonely or being sad or being frustrated can easily be eased with some amount of people, because research has found that connecting helps the mind. It helps feeling like you're included in that world. It makes reality a better place for humans to live, and it helps reduce the fight with loneliness as well. And also, this is not left out. If you're also staying in a studio as well, you can connect to people on your floor. You can attend invites. You can attend meetings as well. For example, we do these games that I mentioned in the first part of the presentation. Every Friday we host like games where we literally meet a lot of people and connect and play games. I'm telling you, since I started hosting that event, I've been looking forward to my Fridays because I'm just excited with hosting that event and talking to people and asking them, how did your week go? So just the fact that you belong to people and you help people and you understand what has happened in their week, and you guys just like try and talk about experiences, is just amazing, and it's just one way of connecting with people as well. So we are social creators and we benefit from people around us. So just know that as well. And you can also connect by your class discussion as well. So if you're online and you're having like, for example, in Aston, we do this thing called Blackboard Collaborate, where we'll do our group work. You can connect there as well. So if your university is doing online lectures, you can connect, you can talk to people as well on there. And you can also have like student union societies as well. A lot of societies are literally playing around in university as well. You can have, for example, you can have a MedSoc society, you can have swimming society. These are ways that you can connect with people as well. And you can also, I just want to highlight, so there's this thing called UChat on your Unite app. So this is a place that you can literally connect with your flatmates if you stay in a flat. And I find that that's very useful as well. So if you feel like you don't really know a lot about things about your flatmate, so you can connect on there and literally have a chat with your flatmate. It's called UChat. That's what it's called. If you're not really sure, you can go down to your reception to just ask about it as well, and they can put you through it. And so that's one way you can also connect. And also there's a lot of events, like literally every day for the next 5 weeks now, there's going to be a lot of events. So try to participate. These are ways you can connect and feel better as well. And coming along for games as well is very, very useful, just to have fun and relax your mind. So moving forward, I'm going to highlight a very big one that literally everyone talks about: social media. Like, social media is a big topic. Like, what kind of social media platform do you use? You can use Snapchat, you can use Twitter, you can use Instagram, you can use Facebook, you can even use Zoom as well. I use Zoom a lot. I use Zoom a lot because it's very multitasking. There's a lot of things to do. You can even use Teams as well. Teams is a very good platform where you can host meetings, just have that conversation with people and try to understand yourself as well. And group chats. So on WhatsApp, you can form like group chats and talk to your friends, maybe like say how your day went and things like that. I have a group chat with my family as well, where we come to like talk about how our day went in the evening, just to see how we've been going through a lot of things. And that helps relax my mind. That helps shows that I belong. It shows a form of inclusion as well. So that could be helpful as well for you. So just think about it. I want you to go back and think about it. How do I connect to people? Is it in a positive way, in a negative way? Just think about this and how you could improve your connection. And so social media is a great way to keep in touch, especially during this pandemic. And it's been recorded at 3.96 billion active social media across the world, like literally across the world. That's more than half of the population. You can see the influence of social media as well. And people spend an average of 2 hours, 25 minutes per day on social media, just networking and messaging, which is very, very useful as well. And we've also noticed that Facebook and YouTube has been one of the greatest membership as well. So one of the positive things that have come out from it is that it helps reduce their loneliness as well. So people have noticed that engaging more in social media and talking and connecting with people has reduced the form of loneliness. And it's really helped during this pandemic as well to enlighten a lot of people and help like connecting to people as well. Just to mention, they've also noticed that 40% of men than women, like about 31%, say that they are more open about personal struggles on platform than previously. So it has helped people open more than actually being like, caged actually. So those are one of the positive lights as well for social media. Now let's talk about the negative, because to everything there's a good balance. You can't have it too more or too less. It's good to like balance yourself when you're dealing with all the situation as well. So I'm just going to highlight spending too much on social networking can adversely affect your mood. So for example, if you spend too much on social media and spending a lot of time on social media and you're just engrossed in the information, it could also have a negative impact on you, because some people see a lot of things there and they're like, is just about a lot of, for example, in quotes, bad vibes. That's the word. So I would say like try to avoid those situations. And it can also show that it can affect your sleep pattern as well. So the screen can affect your sleep pattern. The light affects the way you sleep as well. So try to like either like work on how long you should be on social media. So just try to find a good balance as well. And there's this thing called blue light that you can use to protect your eyes as well. So that's very helpful in terms of if you're going to social media in the evening and things like this that can help. So please just try to get a good balance and things like that. And just to highlight also, some people are very scared of the thing called fear of missing out. So they're like, oh, what have I missed out on social media? Oh, I want to know. Because you're that curious to know about everything, you don't get that balance. All you think about is social media. So I feel like a lot of people has gotten too deep into this that they don't understand how to balance it. So go away today thinking about, okay, I'm on social media so and so time. I want to try and balance it. These are all things that can also help on your well-being as well. And as I've said before, like try to engage and connect to people, but also trying to find that rightful balance is going to be very, very helpful as well. And to be honest, I try to like look at how long I spend the social media on each app every day so that I don't get too much into it, because there's a thin line between addiction and having that rightful balance as well. Because trust me, there are a lot of people that are addicted to social media, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So yeah, let's move over to the next point, which is be active. Like literally be active. I think Doreen has mentioned that she goes for a walk as well when she wants to relax her mind. But Doreen, is there any other thing that you do to be active apart from working?
Oh yeah, being active, I think physical activity is in this life, so working out also makes me active. Yeah. And
Okay.
I know that also Paula goes to swim, so that's also an activity that I'm also trying to incorporate in my life to be active.
Okay, so you do other things to make yourself active as well.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to point out here that being active don't necessarily mean spending like 12 hours in the gym or 5 hours in the gym, because honestly, when we hear about active, everyone's talking about the gym. No, my dear. So literally, you can stay in your house and be active. Have you heard of the word YouTube? YouTube, like, I feel like YouTube is amazing. It's the best teacher that you can ever get. A lot of things happen on YouTube. Do you want to learn a new skill? Do you want to learn how to exercise? Literally, you can follow different people online that are well-renowned that can actually help you in being active. For example, you can wake up in the morning and be like, okay, 30 minutes is just for me exercising. Watch a video on YouTube, and literally that's killing one stone with two birds. So you're being active and you're connecting with people as well. So you can even have like a Zoom thing or a Teams thing in the morning where you and your friends go through this YouTube exercise every morning. That's a way of connecting with your friends and also being active. So I feel like when you hear about being active, don't really think of, oh, I need to go to the gym. No, you can actually like make use of your environment as well. Even in Unite, there are lots of like space that in Unite accommodation that you can literally have with your flatmates, and all of you just exercise there while listening to this YouTuber do their thing. For example, in Stanford House, we have like a rooftop upstairs where it's very like bright and sunny. You can actually do an exercise there for about 4 to 5 people as well. So this is making use of your environment, connecting and being active. It can't, like literally can't get better than that. So my way of keeping active is swimming. I love swimming. I go to swimming. I'm so excited with the way the gyms open on April 12th. Literally, swimming is my thing, and that's how I love to keep active as well. So being in that society as well has made me also connect with people as well. So that's very, very helpful in terms of doing that. And it's not just about going to gym. You can do a lot of things just in your house and you're being active. You can even stand up and go for a walk as well. That's also being active, as Doreen has also said. So regular physical activity is associated with lower rates of depression and anxiety across all age. Literally, it helps with your mental health as well, and it helps to be more productive. But it doesn't need to like particularly be intense, as I said before. It doesn't have to be 4 or 5 hours. It can literally be 30 minutes every day, and you're just good. So you can do a lot of things like walking, hanging out, talking about things, using the gym if you want to, swimming, watching YouTube to do a lot of things. So these are ways that you can keep active. You can keep being active. And also, I just want to highlight that a lot of like just few tips from Joe Baker, who is like a psychotherapist, he's a tutor and a psycho education coordinator at the University of Derby. And these are some of the things that he said about keeping active. He said not only does exercise boost your immune system, it can be more effective than medication when it comes to pain relief, reducing stress, and improving mood. To be honest, that is a very, very vital point. I feel like when you go to the GP, one thing you get is, oh, I'm having back pain. But no one has ever thought about, okay, this back pain, could I do exercise to improve my pain? Because when you exercise, you strengthen your muscle, you strengthen that joint, and that increases your flexibility, it increases your resilience, it increases how much you can take when it comes to your level of pain. So it's not just about medication, oh, I'm taking paracetamol, I'm taking ibuprofen. Doing exercise can also help you improve your health, your physical health, because physical health and mental health go hand in hand. If your physical health is suffering, I'm sorry, but your mental health is going to keep thinking about it. So trying to focus more on your physical health is very important as well, and it can help improve your stress and your mood. It can improve your sleep, encourage your routine, and increases your sense of connectedness. I'm going to keep on saying this. Remember, I said this before. You can use one stone to kill two birds. Like, you could connect to people, you could like do the same exercise, and you could also improve your routine as well. This is ways of connecting and being active, and it helps to improve your brain as well. And you just get like that better performance, academic performance, in terms of how you be productive with your academics as well. So not everything is about, okay, I just have to study 247. Try to do other things to help your well-being, which is the key thing I'm trying to say today. And following this link, which is also going to be posted in the Q&A, you can decide to check on the link later. It shares some tips that's on how you can literally make that small changes to improve being active. I'm just going to highlight a few that I took note of. It says make small changes. This could be including like when you squat, brushing your teeth, just do a lot of small jumps when you're boiling the water or in your kettle for your tea or your coffee. You can also do something that you enjoy. For example, you can find time spending with friends. You can have a walk with friends. You guys can focus on one goal and decide to like build gradually. So in terms of, oh, what are we doing today? What are we doing tomorrow? And just like keep building on that goal. And also you can get outside, walk outside. The sun is like out this period. Walk outside and just like have that fresh air, which is very good for your eyes as well. So those are signs of how you can contribute to your well-being. And take advantage of the technology. Use your YouTube, use your Zoom, use your Teams. Try to connect and at the same time being active with people. And also use the gym if that's helpful. I'm sure that there's a lot of gyms that do like student discounts as well. So try to make use of that if that is your kind of way of being active as well. So please feel free to like check out this link as well, which will be posted in the Q&A, and just have a look and see how this would be helpful in terms of managing your well-being. And please try to take note of each of what we've said, because there are different ways you can improve your well-being, and it's just going to be helpful if you take note of everything and see where you can log your attendance and see if that is going to be helpful. So that's it for me today, but I'm going to be passing over to Doreen, who is going to be enlightening more about the other ways of well-being. So Doreen, you can take over from here.
Okay, hello guys. I'm going to continue on the other ways to well-being. The next one is keep learning. I know that keep learning is a very vague statement, because it's like you think it's related to all the different things, but it's just the little things that you're learning in the environment. It could be as little as learning a new language, learning about your flatmates, learning or reading a new book. For example, I recently learned that China didn't make fortune cookies, which I thought they actually did. It's like learning something new, or even learning a new language as similar as we in French. I know that there's an app called Duolingo that helps you learn different languages that you want, and it also keeps you on the streak, so you're consistent and not like fall off immediately. And it's also free, so after benefit. Okay, the next one is learning environment. Our learning environment definitely plays a huge role because for me, I feel like when you're in a crowded space and the space is not tidy up, I don't get concentrate. I don't concentrate. So I rather have a very tidy environment and decluster my books or papers to have a free mind. And even as small as the music you listen to. For example, research shows that if you train your brain to a particular environment or particular music or song, you actually concentrate more. So learning like music or headphones, I know that headphones definitely clears your environment, your background, and makes you concentrate more. So that will help you. Yeah. Or even your location, like you don't have to be in your room to learn all the time. You can be outside. I know on my campus, Aston, it has like a view, a really nice view. Well, I don't know if you've seen the view. Do you know the view I'm talking about? It's like the fountain and the river.
Where is that? Oh, yeah. I know where it is.
Yeah,
It's next to the student union.
yeah, it's a really nice view to just sit down and just read. You can read a book, but not really necessarily your schoolwork. Just relax. Okay. The next way to well-being is give. Giving creates a positive feeling. It's not. It doesn't have to be a big act of giving. It can be helping others. Like for example, if you're studying business and management and your flatmate needs help in the same course, you can give them help. Help them to do something that you understand. It's just the small things that help them. Or if you know something that they don't know in like a particular country, you help them. You give them. You make them know something that they don't know, but you actually know. And as Paula said in the beginning, it also helps you to connect. To every, I feel like the 5 ways to moving, they all connect to each other. Because if you're giving something to your flatmates, you're connecting with them, you're learning something new about them, they're learning something new about you, so you're making a connection. Or it can be an act of charity. Like, for example, I volunteered for Cancer Research UK, and it was really nice because you feel a sense of like positivity in your body, like you've done something nice to others, you've helped someone to do something, or even volunteering to an event or like helping someone in an event, something as small as that can be useful. Okay, exactly. To expand more on giving is as small as saying thank you to the people that work in a Tesco, that working in Sainsbury's, just helping them to know that oh, their work is worth it. And an act of kindness, asking friends and families, like answering the answers, it's really the small act. It's not something as big. It can even be giving up your seats in the bus. I know that people have this controversial behavior to this one, but it's like if someone is carrying something heavy in the bus, it can be as little as offering them your seat so they can sit down, or even fundraising, volunteering, as I said before. So it's something just small as that. Paula, have you done any act of giving, like volunteering or fundraising?
Yeah, I have. I have done, like, for example, I've worked in the NHS for like 3 years, and where we just like volunteered for patient feedback. So I used to go into the wards and literally ask people for their feedback just to improve on how you give that patient connection to see if they are enjoying their. Of course, anyone in the hospital are literally not going to be well sometimes, but like just to see if they are connecting with people and how they're like enhancing that feedback and connect. What's the word? Sorry. I'm trying to look for the word. If they're happy with their stay, honestly, just to see how they're happy with their stay and if they need any improvement as well. And that just gave me like a sense of like, oh, okay, I'm doing something to give back to the community. And it's just very, very awesome if you see that what you do, there's a lot of changes involved. So it makes you want to do more as well. So giving is just very good, and it's a sense of you giving back to the community. It's a sense of you feeling like, okay, I've done something good as well. And even in this COVID period, there's a lot of volunteering help needed as well. So these are opportunities of the way you can actually give back to the community and can just help improve your well-being as well.
Yeah, and even in the events that we host on Fridays, is when we get like the feedback from people, they're actually happy that oh, thank you for doing this because you've done something good. So you feel like sense of you've helped someone to make their Friday interesting, something as small as that. Okay. The next way to well-being is take notice. Okay, so I know that in this, as university students, we tend to like have a fast-paced environment, so we're always rushing, not actually paying attention to ourselves and how we're faring. So I feel like you have to take time to notice yourself, like your strengths, your well-being again, like how your body is reacting. I know that there's a statement that says if you don't choose a day to rest, your body is going to choose it for you. So it's like if you're not giving yourself time to rethink and time to like take time out, be in your head and think of what you're going through and how you can help yourself, it's going to be bad. And even pay more attention to like the present, like your body, your emotions, your thoughts. Give it like respecting yourself to know how you can help yourself to be better. And yeah. Okay, to expand more on this, is relating to mindfulness. Mindfulness is like a basic act of being aware of your environment, being active, engaging in your thoughts, your judgments, and growing as a person. You have to be mindful of your environment and mindful of things that are happening to you. It also relates again to being active. Like if you're not mindful of how your body's behaving to you, being in your room all day, being reading in the library all day, your body will stop for you. Like your body's going to rest for you. So you have to be mindful. You have to be aware of how your body's reacting, how you can be active, how you can be reactive. Maybe it can be as small as walking. Because if you're overwhelmed, it's going to be bad for your reading and for your mental health. The next slide. The next slide is WRAP. I don't know if you've heard of this term before, but it's a tool. It's called Wellness Recovery Action Plan. It's a tool that helps people gain control over their well-being. So basically, it's intended to help you manage your life challenges and your problems and things that you're going through. And WRAP has 5 key principles that they've stood with. The first one is hope. So basically, it's giving people with mental difficulties the hope that they can, like, they have control over themselves, they have the ability to change what they're going through and improve their mental state. And the second key principle is personal responsibility. It's like you're opening up to yourself to like be the better version of yourself. So you're taking actions that will be useful to you and useful to others around you. So you can ask for help. Like if you know you need the help, I know that you can ask people around you, even your accommodation, go to the reception, ask them to give you help for something that you're going through. And the third one is education, learning again, like learning all that you can and learning from your experiences, learning from what you've been through, learning from someone else's experience, learning from your flatmate's experience and seeing how you can change that for yourself or change that for that person. The fourth one is self-advocacy. Self-advocacy is effectively reaching out to others and seeing what you can get from them, seeing what you need and knowing that you need the support and asking for the support, reaching out to people for the support. And the last one is support itself. So while working up to being the best version of yourself, being like the healthy version of yourself, is receiving support from other people and getting support. If we're going to the next slide, we're going to talk more about support because there's a platform called Student Minds that also provides support to people. So I'm going to expand on that in the next slide. So basically, we've covered a lot about the 5 ways to well-being, like the take notice, keep learning, be active, give, and connect. And I hope that it has been very useful to you and you're going to take it into action, like in practice in your life and see the difference it's going to make to you. It can be as little as starting small, starting from walking or starting from opening your blinds, something small. You don't have to rush all of them at once. And yeah. Paula, do you have any other things to add about the 5 ways?
To be honest, I really don't have a lot to add. I think all that has been said already is very useful for our well-being. And I think the most important thing here is keeping, like just measuring what you've done so far, like for everything from connect to be active, to give, to keep learning, plus take notice. I feel like take notice is very important. So like you might have been doing a lot of things previously, but like you don't know how to actually do it well, or you don't know how to see if you're doing it well. So this is a time to go back and reflect and pick each of them and dissect them and see if you're doing them properly. If not, see ways of how you can improve, to see how you can get it better. So just take little things and make that adjustment to make it better. And you see how it's going to be very helpful in terms for your well-being as well. So yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to display the key contacts page. Feel free to take a picture or a screenshot or write down the important numbers. Like, for example, the 24-hour service provided by United Students is a very important number to take note of, because if you need any sort of help, just call them and they'll answer you. And they have the non-emergency police number 101 and the NHS non-emergency 111. So feel free to take a picture of that. And also, I'm going to talk about Student Space, like I said before. Student Space is an online platform that is provided by Student Minds. It's an online service that provides support to students in universities to help them in any problem they have. And they have different kinds of contact information, which is going to be displayed in the next slide. I'm going to leave this up for some minutes to take a picture. So basically, they have student support, they have phone support. So if you feel more comfortable with a phone call, you can call them on that number. It is also for free. And they have text support if you wish to only text and not make a phone call. They have web chat support. So if you go to their website, and they're there from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. every day to talk to you and just listen to you, basically. And they have an email as well if you need help or more training support.
So can I just ask a question about this? Is this like confidential as well? Do people know you when you do this as well?
It's very anonymous, so they don't know your name if you don't wish them to know your name. It's very, very anonymous.
Okay. Okay, thank you everyone for listening to us today. I'm very grateful for the interaction, and I hope you've learned a lot. I hope you've taken note of every single thing that's been said, and I hope you put it into practice, because listening and no practice sometimes is just so sometimes we have to practice what we've learned. So I hope we all do put it into practice and see how it can be helpful for our well-being. And feel free, if you have any question, just post in the Q&A session and we'll answer your question as well. And yeah, so as I said before, every week for the next 5 weeks, we're going to be having these webinars from 4 p.m. So look out for your emails for the link as well. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask us now, and we'll answer your question. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Doreen. You've got a couple of students in the Q&A who have thanked you for the session. So a brilliant session. Thank you very much. And as mentioned as well, there is an event every single day for the next 5 weeks for students living with Unite. So do have a look at those. And tomorrow and Wednesday, we've got our academic webinars. Thursday, we've got a fitness event. And then Friday, we've got some events around inspirational speakers. So have a look on the common room, have a look on your emails, and you'll have more information about those. So yeah, thanks again, and take care, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, guys.